everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today we are playing with bronzers, specifically cream bronzers. Now, the thing is, some of these might turn out to be better contour products than they are bronzers. We will see. It'll depend on how it looks on my skin. I've got Charlotte Tilbury, NARS, Rose Inc, Makeup by Mario, Chanel, Armani. There's so many cream bronzers hitting the market. If you're interested in seeing that though, just stay tuned. So hey everybody, so as I said, today is a cream bronzer day, and I do not have all of the new ones because there are so many new ones. What was the one that, there was one that was just released, I can't even remember what it was, like 2 days ago. When this goes up, it'll be like 2 days ago. And so there's, you know, they're coming out right and left, and everybody's got a new cream bronzer. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over the ones that I picked up. I have NARS, I have Charlotte Tilbury, I have Rose Inc, I have Makeup by Mario, I have the Chanel in the new shade. I did that in my Chanel video, but I wanna show it to you again. I also picked up Giorgio Armani. Now this product is the NeoNude Color Balms. They're cheek and eye products. And I love these. I have now 3 of them. The shades were sold out for forever. So I'll probably be picking up more the more the shades come back in stock. But this particular shade I think is gonna work really well as a contour product. And some of these might work better for contour than they do for bronze, at least on my skin tone. So let's go ahead and dig into it. And then I have ones to compare it to. I've got the Rare Beauty, I've got Westman Atelier, I've got Charlotte Tilbury, I've got, it runs the gamut. So let's go ahead and dig in. So first of all, let's take a look at the Charlotte Tilbury. These are the largest compacts that I'm gonna use today. We've got the shades Fair and Medium. Fair took me a while to get, guys. It seems to be sold out everywhere. So it took me a while, but I do have it. Plus I was traveling for my birthday. So it has a 24-month shelf life, which is awesome. It's 0.74 ounces. I'm just checking to make sure they're both the same. They are. It says healthy looking glow cream bronzer for face and body. That's probably why I would say they were bigger, is because you can use them for your body as well. At least they're being touted as such. So on my face today, I have foundation on. I've got a little bit of bronzer and highlighter on my eyes and some mascara. That's it. And a little bit of, this is the new Tara Lynn Christian Audette lipstick. But everything else, nothing else on my face, so that we can really focus on the bronzers. Okay, so let's look at this Fair in Charlotte Tilbury and the Medium. And like I said, I'm gonna swatch everything so you can see it on my arm against all the others, so we can see shade-wise what we think. So the Fair and Medium, I've tried the Medium on my face. I'm gonna guess that the Fair is better for me, but I might also guess that the Fair might work as a better contour. We'll see. Here's the Fair, here's the Medium. When I took the Charlotte Tilbury and I like smoothed it out on my face, it actually wasn't that deep, I gotta tell you. But if you're really pale, I think the Medium will be too much. All right, so let's take the Fair first, ruining the very pretty swirl design. And we're gonna give it like a really good broad swatch. And I'm gonna build it a little, just so we can see it. Now, when you can share these products out, like we said, and that's the Fair in the Charlotte Tilbury. Let's do the Medium. It feels pretty creamy, pretty silky, a little more clay-like. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, it doesn't feel super silky. It feels creamy, but it feels like there's a little bit of like, when you put your finger in it, it doesn't glide over it. It's more like there's a little bit of drag there, but it's like a creamy, almost like a putty a little bit. So there's the Fair and there's the Medium. And ignore my nail polish. When you look at it, you'll notice that my nails are different colors. Those are the new Chanel nail polishes. The video probably already went up, and you can see that those are all the new Chanel nail polishes. All right, so when you start to really like blend this out though, and I'll do it at the bottom of each one, I think you can see that it's really not super deep, the medium. It's deeper, but I can get away with it. The fair is definitely the right, quote, intensity for me, but I think the fair is much, much cooler, and I would use this product as more of a contour, and I would use this more bronze. I think the fair has a very mushroomy kind of shade. So for me, I would use that as a contour product. But again, we'll get into it on the face once we get through all of these. Okay, so those are the Charlotte Tilburys. And again, these are supposed to be a sun-kissed glow bronzer, science and color. Made in Italy for face and body. All right, now let's look at, I got most of these at Sephora, except for the Chanel. The fair color is sold out online. Hyaluronic acid, which is gonna make it good for dry skin. Long wearing, cruelty-free, best for dry, combo, and normal skin. So it does not say that it's great for oily skin. Just as this is according to the site. A 16-hour wear cream bronzer in 4 beautiful sun-kissed shades for face and body that blurs skin, hydrates with hyaluronic acid, and is sweat-proof. Well, that's saying a lot there because I know some people who can really, really, really sweat. Okay. So let's take a look at the Makeup by Mario. Now, the Makeup by Mario has a bunch of different products that I don't already have. What I mean by that is he has, I'm just looking at the names to make sure I get it right. The Soft Sculpt Bronzer. I do not have the Soft Sculpt Bronzer. It's a pressed powder and I don't have it. So I just want to make that clear. The Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer, which I do have, which I just picked up, is a cream formula. So we're just, like I said, we're just focused on the creams today. So just want to make it clear, there is already another Makeup by Mario product that is a quote bronzer, but it's powder and I don't have it. It says light coverage, radiant finish, vegan, fragrance-free, cream formula, cruelty-free. Just really quickly, let me go back to the Charlotte Tilbury. Did it have a scent? Yeah, but it's not a fragrance. It almost smells like clay. All right, so this one says it's a 3-in-1 tinted complexion balm that warms and nourishes with sheer coverage to even out the appearance of skin tone. So almost like not really a bronzer unless you buy a shade that's too deep for you, more of a skin enhancer. So this is really a complexion balm. This is more like the WTF complexion balm that Jones Road has, which I have not been able to get yet because I've been traveling so much. So I do have to try that one. But this is more of that kind of product, at least the way they're describing it. They're saying it's more of a complexion product, not a bronzing product. Okay, so this is in light. For obvious reasons, I got the lightest one. It says it has a 12-month shelf life, made in Italy. 0.18 ounces, so obviously it is much smaller. And it says all over warming complexion tint. So again, I just want to say, although these technically can be used as bronzers, they are cream products that are complexion products. I think that's a better way to say what they are. Okay, so we're gonna take this one. This isn't light. So like what I mean by that is maybe if I took this and there's light, medium, there's medium dark, you know, so it says light says warms fair to skin light tone. So it's gonna warm my skin, not necessarily bronze my skin. It's very silky. It feels super silky smooth, like nothing. And you can see it's much more like a complexion product, as in, frankly, a foundation almost, but that just gives your skin a glow. I'm gonna guess this is like the Jones Road product, but the Jones Road product is a foundation, so it's supposed to match your skin. This is supposed to warm your skin. So I'll use it, I'm gonna use all the stuff on my face, but I'll use it more like that kind of idea. you'll see when we get to it. Okay, and then the other product that Makeup by Mario came out with, the other soft sculpt product, is the Transforming Skin Perfector. Now, this is not a cream product. This is a 3-in-1 powder to perfect, illuminate, and set makeup for a radiant glow with an airbrush effect on skin. So this is a powder product. I know we're talking about creams, but it came out at the same time and everybody's been asking for the differences, so I was just like, I'll just include it. Light coverage, radiant finish, cruelty-free, vegan, fragrance-free. So it's supposed to give skin an airbrush effect with perfecting powders to illuminate and set for a radiant glow. The multi-purpose perfector is a bronzer, highlighter, and finishing powder. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest with you. I got it in light. Here's the thing. It's a gradient. So you have a very light one here, a medium here, and a cooler one here. So I think the idea is to mix them together to get the shade. But again, nothing is everything, right? So I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work, but we will try it. And I'm going to try it as like a powder over like the cheek area. I'm not going to try to put it under my eyes or anything because I just don't think that'll work. Okay, next is NARS. So NARS, this is their Laguna bronzing cream. Now this was out of stock for like the longest time. So this is sort of a relaunch, if you will. But it was like, so I don't even know how long it was. I had seen other people love this and I can't remember. It might have been Mel Thompson. Anyway, somebody who I greatly respected loved this. And so I bought Laguna, which is 01, and Laguna 02. My understanding is that Laguna 02 is the original. It does say that on there, actually, so it makes it a lot easier. Laguna 2 is the original Laguna bronzing cream, and Laguna 1 is this new shade. It's 0.67 ounces, and shelf life on this one is 18 months. So the Makeup by Mario is the least, Charlotte Tilbury is the most, and this is right in between as of right now. Natural finish, long wearing, without parabens, cream formula, without phthalates. What it is a decadently creamy bronzing formula that is inspired by the best-selling shade Laguna. There's Monoid de Tahiti oil, lightly scented oil that helps lock in moisture, visibly firm, and visibly tone the complexion. There's tinted moisturizers or complexion products with skincare all over the place, guys. It is the new thing. Chantecaille has one. I actually knew it was coming. If you watched my, if you were on my Patreon page, you saw it ahead of time. I will have that and I will talk to you about it. I'm really excited about it. I think it's more like the Mario, Makeup by Mario product in the sense that I think it's supposed to like warm up your skin, but it also has skincare. We'll get there. When I get it, I'll compare it to these things. All right, so let's look at the Laguna 01 and the Laguna 02. Here's the 01, here's the 02. And so we'll swatch these. These feel silkier than the Charlotte Tilbury. Like they have more of a silk feel. Charlotte Tilbury has like almost like I said, putty. It doesn't feel bad at all. It just feels like there's more drag. This feels silkier. Okay, so that's 01. I think 01, I'm just blending it out, looks similar to, I should do that with the Makeup by Mario too. You can see how light that one gets when you blend that one out. It looks similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Fair, but it's actually lighter, the 01. All right, and the 02, yeah, these feel very silky. It's really interesting. Like super silky. Okay, that's the 02, and I'll shear the bottom of that one out. So I'd say the 02 looks very similar to the medium of Charlotte Tilbury, and 01 looks like the Fair, but it's like a lighter, cooler shade. They both have sort of that like mushroomy kind of shade though, I think, a little bit. Okay. They feel really nice. I am looking forward to trying those. Okay. Now, The Rose Ink. So I actually have the cream bronzer in Parrot K, because that was the lightest one. I also have the highlighter because it came out at the same time and I wanted to try it. So we'll take a look at it. It's in Opalescence, and it's, because it's cream, I was like, oh, it's kind of interesting. So we'll try that at the end when we put on, when we try out all the bronzers. Okay, so the Parrot K, this is the lightest. I'll put the prices down below too. So it's vegan, natural finish, clean, and plant positive cream formula hydrating. A smoothing cream bronzer that instantly warms the complexion with a soft, focused, sun-kissed, glowy, and reviving skin radiance. It has tourmaline and quartz in it. Illuminate without shimmer. Rose oil revitalizes dull skin for increased radiance. Squalene, pure, sustainable, plant-derived moisturizer for weightless hydration. Okay. It's 0.52 ounces and it has a 12-month shelf life. It feels silky. It kind of feels like the NARS. Okay, now this one is definitely more golden than the others for the lightest shade. Yeah, it's definitely got more of that golden look, and it's like the same intensity as the lighter shades in the other ones, but it's more golden, definitely. It doesn't really have that contouring kind of effect. It looks more like a bronzer. I think it's gonna be too yellow for me, but that's really interesting because the other ones are definitely, you know, not. They're definitely cool. And we have the Chanel. Now, I did, like I said, a video on the new shade and the light shade, but I'll show you what they look like. Now, I don't actually have the quote light because I have the Tan de Chanel that existed before they changed the formula. It doesn't have coconut oil in it or anything. And the shade is slightly different. So I want you to know that. It's the light, it's close to the light shade, but it's not the light shade because, you know, they came up, when they changed the formula, they went to a light and a deep, and then this was basically the light, and then now they've just come out with a medium. So it's very close, but it's not exact. Okay, the Chanel formula is very hydrating, but it feels a little odd on your skin. I'll put it like this. The thing about the Chanel, the Tan de Chanel, the original one, it was always a little orange. Like at the time there weren't a lot of cream bronzers, so it wasn't like you were gonna complain about it, but you can see like it's got this more like yellow cast. It looks a little bit like the Rose Ink. Actually, very similar shades. The Tan de Chanel is like a little bit warmer though, like a little bit more orange. This is a little bit more golden. But the new shade I like very much. It's medium, and it definitely is a deeper bronzer, and it's definitely a bronzer. It's not a contour product because it has that warmth to it. But you can see what I mean, like they almost have a red, this one has like the medium, almost has like a reddish, which I like for my skin tone because my skin tends to go a little red. Both the Chanels are warmer than all of the other ones, except for the Rose Ink, which is more golden. The Chanels are very, very smooth. The new one is smooth. The old one is smooth. The old one doesn't have the coconut oil in it, but it's very smooth. But they do feel a little puttyish, kind of like the Charlotte Tilburys, just so you know. And the Chanels, they're now called Le Beiges Healthy Glow Bronzing Creams. They have a 12-month shelf life, and they are 1 ounce a piece. So there's a lot. The Tan de Chanel I've had, guys, for forever. I still haven't gone through it. But yeah. And so, like I said, I will, I'll put prices down below when I do the video. Okay, the last thing I want to show you guys before we talk about putting it on the face, my hair's doing weird things, putting it on my face and doing some swatch comparisons. This is the Giorgio Armani NeoNude. This is the eye and cheek product that I was talking about. And this is in 20. And this shade is, in my opinion, a shade that I think will work as a contour on me. So let's put it here. Yep, that was absolutely right. Because I've seen other people do it. I'm not the only one that's come up with that. And as you can see, this shade looks very similar to the fair in the Charlotte Tilbury and the light in the Laguna, the 01, but it's actually cooler. It has like a pinker tone to it. And that's because it's an eye and cheek shade. So technically, I think the shade name, what was the shade name? I'll have to get the shade name for you guys, but it is 20. It's got a 24-month shelf life. It's 0.12 ounces, so there's not a lot of product there. But it's not really meant to be like a full face bronzer. It's a cream blush, they call it, but on the back of it, it says a color balm for cheeks and eyes. So, you know, anyway, cool brown, that's the shade, cool brown. And for me, that's gonna work very well as a bronzer, as a contour, I'm sorry, as a contour, because it's got this cool brown undertone, you know, that I think is gonna work really well as a contour product. All right, so now we have all these things on my arm. Let me show you some comparisons. Rare Beauty, this is the shade Happy Soul. Let's put it here. That is Happy Soul. Again, cooler toned, definitely super smooth. It's in a stick form, so you don't have the, you know, the pot. So if you don't like to use your fingers, you can use this. I think Happy Soul looks very much like Laguna 2 or the medium in the Charlotte Tilbury. Very similar. Little less bronze than the Laguna 2. And I use that as contour, just as like a reference. Okay, this is the Westman Atelier, and I have mine in Biscuit. There is a deeper shade I do not have. So my camera cut out. I'm not sure if it got all that, but that's Biscuit from Westman Atelier. Again, contour shade. I use it as contour shade. Similar to, I'd say, it's deeper than the, well, no, it's about the same as the Fair in Charlotte Tilbury and the Laguna 01. In fact, it looks a lot like Laguna 01. Very similar. And you can still see the Chanel's are much like more orange, more red than all the rest of them. Isn't that interesting? All right, and then the last one I'm gonna pull out, this is the Contour Wand by Charlotte Tilbury. This is in light. My understanding is that these are available at Nordstrom. So if you're interested in the light, get it now because this thing sells out every time. I might pick up some more because it's actually one of my favorites because the fact that it's in that kind of wand thing I think is great. You can see though, if you look at that one, it is deeper. I'd say it's kind of in between. It looks a little bit like the NeoNude 20, but yeah, I'd say closer to the NeoNude 20. All right, so let's just go through these really quickly. Charlotte Tilbury light and medium. This is the Makeup by Mario light. Here's the powder next to it. Then we have the NARS Laguna 01 and 02. Then we have the Rose Ink in light. Then we have the Giorgio Armani NeoNude Cheek and Eye in 20. Then we have the Chanel, this is the original, but it looks most like the light. Then we have the new shade medium. Then here we have the Westman Atelier Biscuit. Here we have the Rare Beauty Happy Soul. And here we have the Charlotte Tilbury Light. I think the best thing for us to do today, because I can't put them all on my face to compare. I mean, I could swatch them down my face. You know, actually, that's not a bad idea. Let's swatch them down my face and let's just see how they kind of look. And then, all right, so let's do it this way. Let's do the ones that I think are more contour for me first, because you can put the bronzer on over it. So the NARS 1, the NeoNude, the Charlotte Tilbury Fair, the, okay, I think both, the Chanel's are both bronzers for me because they're both warmer shades. All right, so the medium, the rose, the NARS 2, and then the light, okay, perfect. All right, so what we're gonna do actually to start is the Makeup by Mario, because I think this is more of like a skin enhancer, as we talked about. I don't really think it's gonna be a contour. So let's put this here. Yeah, you see how light that is? It's super, super light. That I think you're gonna use, it's very smooth, it feels really nice, but I think you're gonna use that as like almost an all over, like you wanna make your skin look a little bit healthier. And I think that's kind of what the new Chantecaille product is, although we'll see. All right, let's try the NeoNude. This is the Armani next to that. You can see what a much deeper, again, it has a little bit more pink because it's a lip, it's an eye and cheek shade, but that's definitely gonna be a contour shade. All right, let's try the NARS. This is 01. See how this one on my skin tone looks warmer than the NeoNude, because the NeoNude is like that cheek shade. So it could be like just a very cool brown blush, or it could be a contour. This shade, the fair in the NARS, although it is cooler, on my skin it actually looks a little bit warmer, like a light bronzer would be. And then, let's do the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the fair. You can see the fair in the Charlotte Tilbury, like how, first of all, how much deeper it is in tone than these others, but also it's got this like mushroom shade that I think will not work on some folks. Like the Laguna, it's pretty neutral. Don't worry, I'll take off all the shades and we'll try them. But I think the NeoNude from the Armani has the pinkest because it's like a cheek shade. I think the Makeup by Mario will disappear. Yep, it does. And then I think the Charlotte Tilbury, I think it's got more of that coolness that you would use as a real contour. Okay, now let's do the other side. And don't worry, then I'll take this off and actually like use it as a, all right, so let's try the medium by Charlotte Tilbury. Next to the NARS Laguna 2. Yeah, Laguna 2 is definitely cooler than the medium Charlotte Tilbury. The rose, by the way, this like, you spin it off like that. Yeah, that's gonna be too warm for my skin tone. That one is Parrot K. You can see it'll work, like I could do it, but it's gonna be a very warm toned bronzer, and it's not one I'm gonna reach for. It's more of that gold. So I like the feeling of it. It actually feels very nice. And if you're looking for a light golden bronze, I think that would be something you'd be interested in. I will probably gift that to someone because it's just not gonna be, it's not gonna be the right shade for me. And then the Chanel, let's do the new medium shade because the light shade's not new. You see how cool this is? How like pinkish, which is why it works really well on me because I have that pinker tone. So I can just say from a shade, this is just shade, we're not talking about the formula just yet. Of these four that I would use as bronzers, the least favorite is the rose. You can just see it's too yellow. Like you can see how it goes on my skin. I think it's meant for someone who has a light complexion, but has a warmer toned light complexion, not a cooler toned. The Chanel medium is my favorite because it has this sort of pinkish, reddish undertone, which is great for a bronzer for me. It has more of that like Goa, Gucci kind of shade. The Charlotte Tilbury medium is nice. I actually like that one. It has a little bit more of that reddish. And the NARS Laguna 2, to be honest with you, I like that one too because it's cooler. See how much cooler it is? But I would say I might want to use that more of a contour, a little bit more as a contour, because it's a little bit cooler. It's not red like the Chanel, and it's kind of got like a mushroomy kind of thing. On my skin tone, I feel like it would work better as a contour bronzer, whereas the Charlotte Tilbury is more of a, quote, typical bronzer shade. My favorite is the Chanel. Then I'd say it's probably the NARS, but it's like one of those things I might want to use it a little bit more like contour bronzer kind of thing. Then the Charlotte Tilbury, it's nice, the medium. It does look good on me, I've done it. It's just that it's a little bit more traditional bronze than I usually do. And then my least favorite is the rose. I don't like that. Okay, so let's look at the contour side. The Makeup by Mario disappeared into my skin and just warmed everything up. So I think that's great. That's good. I think that's going to be like a warmer for my skin. We'll try when we do the next steps. The Charlotte Tilbury, which is this one in Fair, I think it is actually a really nice, either very light bronzer on me, but again, it'll be kind of like the NARS here, whereas like it's got this sort of cool tone. So I could use it as contour or I could use it as a very light bronzer, but it's going to definitely have that more of a cool tone than most bronzers do. The Armani NeoNude, it has like this pinkish, you can see it. I think that's going to be an excellent contour slash blush because I could use it as a contour and blush at the same time. It has this pinky cool brown, which is the name of the shade, that can be used either. So I really like that. And then the Laguna 1 in the NARS is just really pretty because it's like this it's a very cool mushroomy shade. It's going to work really well as a contour on me. I really like it, but you can see it's cooler than the Charlotte Tilbury. So I would use this as contour, this as bronzer, because this one is still, the Charlotte Tilbury is still a little bit warmer. Believe it or not, like even though it's cool, the NARS is actually cooler. And you can just see it on my face. Again, this is what it does on my skin tone because it'll be different on everybody else's. But the formulas all feel really nice. The NARS is really smooth. I gotta say, guys, really, really smooth. The NARS just kind of sinks into your skin. I already love the Chanel. I've said that before. The new one, the medium one, I absolutely love. As like a deeper bronzer for me, it's really good because it has sort of this reddish tone. If you like that kind of thing, like I do, if you love the Gucci bronzer, the powder bronzer by Gucci, the 01, if you love that, this is very similar. The NARS formula is excellent. Really, really like the NARS formula. And they are cooler though, which again, they're cooler bronzers. They still will work as a bronzer, but it has a cooler tone. So I could wear it as a contour, bronze tour kind of thing. Maybe put a little bit warmer tone over it kind of thing. I mean, I really do like this. And the Charlotte Tilbury, the medium is definitely a bronzier shade than the 01, the light in Charlotte Tilbury, which is definitely cooler. But it's still a little bit warmer than the NARS. And definitely warmer than the Armani. The Armani is the only one that I think you could use as a contour slash cheek blush, which is, you know, what it's meant for. Okay, let me take these off and let's actually use them sort of as they're supposed to be used. Okay, so let's use the Makeup by Mario Light. So again, the name of this one is the Soft Sculpt, make sure I got the right, Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. So we're just gonna use this kind of just like across the skin because it's so light. Like this is, all it's really doing is giving some warmth to my skin. it really isn't even imparting much color at all. I mean, you can see it, there's a little teeny bit, but it's very light and it feels very nice. So I think I could wear this as like an alternative to foundation because it's got a beautiful finish. It feels very comfortable. It feels very glowy. And I think I would wear this as, instead of a foundation, almost like a tinted moisturizer. It's gonna warm up my skin. I think it's gonna be similar to, like I said a million times, the Jones Road kind of product. It's very light. It feels a little tacky. Hopefully it dries down. Very comfortable, very nice, but it's not a bronzer unless you get a much deeper shade. And I'm not even sure if it could work as a bronzer because it shears out so much. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We'd have to see that. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, but I really like it. I think it feels really nice. It's got a nice complexion product. I think that's something that I would wear. The Rose Ink, I'm not going to use that bronzer because it's too yellow for me, guys. I can just tell you right now. It's not right. But I will use the Rose Ink cream highlighter at the end. We'll try that out. Okay. So, and we'll try the Makeup by Mario, the powder as well. We'll get to that. All right. So for contours today. So let's do it this way. Let's use the Charlotte Tilbury Fair on this side. And you can see, like, you can see that kind of mushroomy kind of shade. I mean, it's very similar to my Westman Atelier Biscuit and my Rare Beauty Happy Soul. It has that kind of look to it. It blended beautifully, beautifully. That's a very natural, look at how natural that contour looks. And it went right in the skin. That's a beautiful, beautiful contour. Yeah. It reminds me of the Biscuit and the Happy Soul. But we'll see how it wears because it said it was like 16 hours and that it's gonna do all this great stuff for my skin as well. So, but that's a beautiful contour for me. Just, I mean, it's light, but it's perfect. Like, that's just lovely. Very, very nice. Okay, so now let's try Laguna 01 on the other side as contour. This is even lighter. It doesn't have as much shade. So if you're fairer than me and you're looking for a cream bronzer / contour, you can just see how much it's very natural, blends right into the skin. What you like better, honestly, between the two sides, it's tough to tell. The Charlotte Tilbury Fair side is a little bit warmer. I think you can see that. This is a little cooler. But intensity-wise, they're close. They're very close. And I'm in natural light. They're very, very close, though. Okay. I can use this on this side of the nose and then the Charlotte Tilbury Fair. Yeah, the NARS blends like silk. Like, it's just like, I mean, beautiful. Absolutely stunning. The Charlotte Tilbury, like I said, has more drag to it. It's not that it doesn't blend well. It does blend well. It's just that it has, maybe it's the skincare, maybe it's the hyaluron, I don't know, but it has a little bit more drag. It blends beautifully. It's just, you can feel it on your finger. So again, Charlotte Tilbury Fair, NARS 01. Can't really tell you which side I like better. But anyway, okay. So now we're going to reverse and we're going to use the Laguna 2 and the Charlotte Tilbury Medium. So we're going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Medium we're going to use this more as like a bronzer, where a bronzer would be placed a little bit higher, where, you know, the sun is going to hit your face. Like if you get a little bit of a tan, or me, a bronze is more of like a burn, but you get the idea. Yeah, it's really nice. The Charlotte Tilbury is very beautiful, guys. I understand why the Fair sold out. I really do. It's very pretty. And I'll put like a little, just on the side where it would hit me. Always good to do your ears a little on the side. Kind of like just make it, there you go, blend. Okay, so that's the medium over the fair Charlotte Tilbury side. Really pretty, blended beautifully. Yeah. Again, we're just, we'll see how it works for length and all the other stuff. Haven't gotten there yet. Okay, so this is Laguna 2. Again, just putting it, now you can see it's cooler. Definitely a cooler shade than the medium in the Charlotte Tilbury. And I could use this as a contour instead of a bronzer, I think. But I think it's warm enough that it'll work. Yeah. But it is cooler shade, which I like. I don't like a super warm bronzer. I like a bronzer to be a little warmer because if it's too cool, then you're gonna look bruised. That won't work. But if it's warm enough, which one I think this one is. Okay, so here's the NARS side. Here's the Charlotte Tilbury side. Interesting. I don't really have a favorite. This is definitely cooler. Let the games begin. We'll see what you all have to say. All right, so let's take the rose. Like, I did not like the rose Parrot K bronzer. Now that's the lightest shade. Maybe one of the deeper shades would work for me, but I don't like the light shade. But this is the highlighter, and this is in Opalescence. It's a cream highlighter, has very much like a pink cast to it. Seems nice. There was nothing wrong with the, oh, that's actually very pretty. There's nothing wrong with the formula of the rose ink, guys. It's not that. It's just, it's too yellow for me. So if you're looking for something that has a little bit more yellow, that would be the way to go. So let's try this out. Ooh, that's very nice. And very natural. This is a very natural looking highlighter. Not at all beamy. This is like, you're looking for, something very, oh, that's really pretty. You could put this like on your eye. Yeah, that's a really nice, very light, natural, beautiful, really beautiful highlighter. So although I don't love the bronzer, I really like the cream highlighter. That's very good. Feels really nice. Okay, now so my face does feel a little tacky on both sides. Now that could be because I have the Makeup by Mario underneath. So I think a couple things let's just get to. The Makeup by Mario is a skin enhancer. It's a tinted moisturizer almost, from what I'm seeing here on my skin. It did warm up my skin, but it's not a bronzer, at least not in the light shade on me. The Charlotte Tilbury side and the NARS side, I think resemble one another. I think the NARS is a little cooler than the Charlotte Tilbury. Let's take the Giorgio Armani. This is the NeoNude. This is the 2 shade that I talked about. And I'm just gonna kind of put it here like as a blush, but I'm also kind of blending it in with the rest of the products. And I think it's gonna work. Yeah, see how well that is? Like it looks like a little bit of a blush, but it's so cool that I think I could use this as like, if I just wanted to have like one shade as contour / blush, because it's so cool. All the products look beautiful, guys. I have to say, the NARS and the Charlotte Tilbury are both really good. The NARS is a cooler side. The Charlotte Tilbury is a warmer side, but I don't think it's so drastic on my skin. 01 as contour, 02 from NARS as bronzer, fair as contour, and then medium as bronzer on this side. Okay, so last but not least, let's talk about this Makeup by Mario product. This 3-in-1 product. So let's try it and see what it does. Soft Scalp Transforming Skin Protector. Okay. Let's try it with a big fluffy brush. I'm just kind of, going into it like that. Doesn't look bad. The thing is, it gives a little bit of illumination. it does say that it has that in there. So I think it looks nice, but if you're somebody, like, I think it might, on my dry skin, I actually think it looks nice. I wouldn't use this like under the eye though. You know what I mean? Like, it seems to me that there are three very distinct things in here. There's the top shade or bottom shade, depending on how you want to look at it, that has this very cool, almost contour. You've got this middle shade that looks almost like a bronzer, and then you've got this shade, which looks like a very light, like almost like a brightening. In fact, if I use, yeah, I think that shade just at the top is very much a brightening, right? The problem is it has too much like illumination in it to put it under the eyes because it looks too shiny. So it's almost like a highlighter mixed with a bronzer and a contour product. Yeah, I'm not sure I love that or how I would use it. Like, I feel like when I used it all over the skin, I don't think it looks bad, but I don't know what it did. You know, it just kind of, maybe it gave a nice illumination to everything, warmed everything up a little bit, but isn't that what I don't know. I'm gonna have to try this with just the skin enhancer and see if I do the skin enhancer and the skin perfector, if that works. The skin enhancer I like I said, I think it's really basically a tinted moisturizer or like a warming of your skin moisturizer kind of thing. The powder, I'm not sure what it's trying to do. I think it's trying to be too many things. It doesn't look bad. It just doesn't, I don't know. Not sure about that. But everything else, I think, worked the way it was supposed to. So, final thoughts. The Charlotte Tilbury products are very, very good. The creams. You saw the shade. You saw all the shades, so you can make your decisions about that. The formula is very nice. We're going to just have to see how these things wear. The NARS formula is like silk. It's going to blend right into your skin immediately. Like, it's blended. It just kind of goes right in. The Charlotte Tilbury does too, though, to be honest, but it's just a little bit more heft to it. The NARS is like just more like silk, just sort of, The Chanel medium is one of my favorite bronzers for cream bronzer because it has that reddish tone. So if you like more of like a reddish tone, like the Gucci No. 1 or the Goa bronzers from Chantecaille, go with the Chanel medium. If you're looking for something very gold leaning but light, go with the Rose Inc, the Parrot K, because that's the only light based cream bronzer I have seen that is golden. The other ones are cooler. The Charlotte Tilbury Fair is cooler. The NARS Laguna 01 is cooler. And you can wear those as bronzers. I used them today as contours, but I think you could use it as a bronzer. It would just be a lighter, almost more natural, like contoured bronzer kind of look. The medium in the Charlotte Tilbury and the Laguna 02 are both deeper, warmer shades, although the NARS is still pretty cool, actually. But I think they work on my skin tone, and I think they look amazing, and I absolutely love them. In comparison, you saw all the comparisons on the swatches on my face and on my arms, so hopefully that helps you. I was gonna throw in the new Le Beige's Sun-Kissed Medium and Sun-Kissed Deep, but then I was just like, that's too much because it's powder. So if you want comparisons with powder products, I can do that, but it becomes complicated pretty quickly because I think a powder product is gonna have a different look and a different effect than the cream. So that's why I didn't throw it in there. The Rose Incorporated Highlighter in Opalescence, I really like. It's very natural, very pinky, shimmery, really pretty though. Really, really just a healthy look. And the powder by Make by Mario, the Skin Perfector, I'm not sure about that one yet. I don't really know what the point of that is. The Armani product, the NeoNude, the Color Bombs, these are excellent products. This one can definitely be used as a cheek blush slash contour on me. The cool brown, if you were considering it. I have it, like I said, 3 or 4 shades. They're all beautiful. They melt seamlessly into the skin. So hopefully that was helpful to all of you with all these new products. There's more cream bronzers coming. LYS, that was the other one that just launched. There's going to be a lot of cream bronzers. I think it's just, that's what happens. Like you get different, you know, products. Like there was all those lip balms, right? And then there's, you know, cheek shade. There's all the new cheek powders, and this is what happens. And now it's sort of a fusion of skincare and complexion products, which is I think what the Makeup by Mario product really is. The Jones Road W2F product, the Chantecaille one that's coming out, all of those things, they're gonna have similarities. I will do my best to kind of break those things down as well. At the end of June, I will have a wrap up of Best of Summer, just like I did Best of Spring. So I'll be talking about in that one, which one of these cream bronzers ends up being my favorite. But I have to use them, you know, for the rest of the month to really get there. But I do think they look beautiful on the skin. Very healthy, very dewy, and for someone who has very dry skin and older skin, that's huge. I really am leaning more towards cream products these days. And if I do a powder product, it has to have, you know, like almost a skincare ingredient in the powder product, or a very finely milled powder product, because it doesn't work. Like the Westman Atelier, like I said, I've said this a couple times now, that powder's the best powder I've ever used. The Pink Bubble and the cream, they're excellent, but they're not a traditional powder. They have this, they feel like skincare. Like they say they have skincare in them, they do. You can feel it. Really impressive products. So, you know, that's really the only powder that I've just been like, oh, you must have it. All the others I've been like, it's good. So anyway, hopefully that's all helpful to you. If you have any questions, please put them down below. I'll try to have things up, you know, throughout the month as I'm using these to give you updates. And again, I'll have the full roundup of all the best of spring, best of summer. Yeah, it'll be fall already. Oh, jeez. So ahead of ourselves at the end of the month. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. Hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.